What makes an effective K-2 literacy classroom? Effective literacy classrooms need to begin with an effective literacy teacher. All teachers will bring to their classrooms their ideas, understandings and beliefs, and this can have an effect as well as influence on their daily basis of decision making. An effective literacy teacher needs the knowledge and awareness of the diversity and array of students in their classroom so that they can select the appropriate practices and strategies to use in a daily basis of teaching. Over the last 20 or so years, literacy needs have changed in the world, and contemporary society has created new literacy learning needs. We need to remember that the children who are born today are born into a world of advanced technologies and gizmos. Though, still with this information, we are still using the industrial model of education, along with skills-based approach and the bottom-up theory. The industrial model focuses on standardisation of having students in an assembly line, and much of our pedagogy and learning environment are still very much the same in our classrooms. While there has been other models, like the inquiry model in our schooling throughout Australia, there is still a driving force that keeps schools attached to the industrial model, and this is known as the NAPLAN test. As teachers, we need to begin at looking at the individual student and their learning needs, rather than the one-size-fits-all formula. This is seen in the inquiry model, where it's much more than just seeking the right answer, but extending out to seeking resolutions to the questions and issues. Our students are still held accountable for demonstrating a level of proficiency in literacy skills before being able to move on to the next skill or higher level. Therefore, many of our literacy materials are still standardised with an emphasis on skills. With an inquiry stance, a teacher is able to consider new ways and approaches to teach reading and writing, and are able to contrast knowledge with new perspectives. Some of the critical aspects of literacy development that we need to know are reading text, comprehension, vocabulary knowledge, aspects of writing, aspects of speaking phonics, phonic awareness and concepts about print. Children learn how to do literacy as a result of being a member of a group. This membership could appear in family, neighbourhood, place of virtue, or a classroom. Not all children learn the same, and we as teachers need to take this into account, so we do not leave any child behind in their learning and skills development. This is when teachers need to know the how, when, and why, when they are selecting particular strategies for teaching literacy in their diverse classrooms. An effective literacy lesson consists of 4 steps. Step 1, what outcomes have they already achieved? Step 2, what outcomes are they going to achieve? Step 3, what teaching and learning experiences do I, as a teacher, need to put into place? And Step 4, the indicators, or how do I know when they have reached their goals? Literacy is seen in all learning areas, but literacy is also used in different practices so that we can achieve different goals. Literacy is collective and combined to life experiences of the students. There is an ample amount of opportunities in the classroom that are able to engage children in real-life social experiences which involve literacy. With the growth of technology in the world today, participation in the variety of literacy events and practices is now more available than it has ever been before. Classrooms have become collections of cultural and ethnic groups, along with using multimodal literacy, which creates different ways in which meaning can be created and communicated in the world today. Still, we see the use of skills-based approach, where instructional materials and teaching are still focused on tactile skills. Students are presented with specific stimuli such as textbooks, worksheets, flashcards and other materials which break the reading process down. Language process such as reading, writing, talking and listening are ways in which children come to learn ideas and concepts, as well as how to do things in the world. In the first year of schooling, young children are just beginning to learn to read and write from left to right and top to bottom orientation, graphophonics, sight words and cue systems. Language, oral and written, is the means by which teacher and student impart information, construct new understandings, represent relationships, ask questions, and reflect what they know and understand. Teachers who are able to understand how language, standard English, is structured and organised are able to more effectively teach reading and writing. Children's language increases through implicit and explicit instructions. They are able to learn both the form and function in creating meaningful communication and to make sense of the world around them. The classroom talk and behaviours shape the culture of learning. Both students and teachers need to inform one another of their learning, which is desired in the classroom. Teachers are also able to collect and gather a lot of information about their students in the classroom through their conversations with one another or with teacher-student. The classroom conversations help in shaping the way teachers and students interpret, mediate the roles in the classroom. It is the talk that binds the behaviours, tasks and physical settings of the classroom together into relationships and learning. This is how I see an effective literacy classroom.